genuinely didn't realise that I was going to be on camera, but, you know.
It's okay, you're natural, you're
every day. I just rocked up at the beach.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna do an intro first, and then introduce
okay.
you.
Cool.
And then
Let me just... Okay. We're good.
Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to the University Podcast. In this episode, I have Holly with me. And Holly has her YouTube channel, Gabrielle, on YouTube. And she is actually from the UK. And she's solo traveling around Australia. And now she's in the best city in the world.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit biased. But she's in Sydney now, so we decided that we're going to meet up and film a little episode on her solo travels. Just finished uni last year, was it?
Yeah, last year.
And decided to travel. So we're going to talk about all of that because I know there are a lot of students that a lot of my friends and a lot of students in general want to solo travel, but they're not sure how, they're a bit scared. So we're going to go through your experience, and it's been 3 months.
Yeah, it's been 3 months.
Coming to an end now, so...
All too soon.
I know, it's really sad. So it's been 3 months, so you've had a really long stay and a long experience. So I wanted to start with like broad, and then we'll bring it into specifics.
Okay.
But everyone says that when you solo travel, you like learn about yourself and you have this like epiphany and you just like have a realization. And did you find that?
Yeah, I 100% have found that. I mean, the phrase finding yourself, I don't still get it. Like, I really just don't still get it. But there is something about solo traveling that makes you, I don't know, it just opens your eyes to so much, and it makes you think, just because you're on your own, you have a lot of time to just think logically about things instead of just like quickly going through like your thought processes. And I've had so many revelations, like I never thought I'd realise so much, and it's like a breath of fresh air. Like I just didn't anticipate the feelings that I've experienced, everything about it has just been incredible. And I have probably found myself, or I am finding myself, if that is actually logical. But it does have truth. I really do think it does.
That's awesome. And do you think it's partly like the freedom of not being tied down by anything?
Constraints.
By any constraints.
I definitely think it's that. Like, it's literally just you and your stuff, your huge rucksack. And you travel, you go to places, you see new things every day, you meet new people every day, you hear their stories, you can share yours, and you're just in your own like thoughts a lot of the time on your own, like whether you're on a own like coach journey or a flight, like whatever it is, you're just always with yourself, and you learn to like, I don't know, it sounds like quite cheesy and cliche, but you do learn to like love yourself or like grow and like, I don't know, find the person that you like, that you want to be. Like, not that there is any like standards or anything, but you just learn to embrace who you are and just appreciate, like, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense in my head still. I'm still trying to like process what I'm actually realizing, which is like the hardest thing. But it's just, it has been life changing, and like that is no understatement at all.
Wow, so that is true. I've always been a big doubter of that. Like when I've heard
I was too. I was literally like, no, I don't believe that. But like there is something about it that is just like, I don't know, incredible.
Wow, that's amazing.
I hope I sold it for you.
Hopefully. I'm going to go to the UK and solo travel.
Yes.
Cool, so I guess now bringing it closer, bringing it in. Anxiety and homesickness is, I guess, a big part of any travelling, especially for a long period of time. People who might have gone on exchange or like any sort of thing where they're away from their home and family for a long period of time are likely to face it. But at what points did you feel like you most faced either or? I guess we'll start with that.
Okay, so for me it was like, so I've been here for 3 months, as we know, and like my first whole month, I would say, don't know why it was a month, but a third of my trip for that I was like 100% homesick and overwhelmed, felt very anxious, out of place, like had my guard up in every kind of situation, meeting new people or being in a new place. I was just very wary and just wasn't settled, and I never thought that would go away. But somehow again, like, I don't really understand what happened or what changed. But when I got to Cairns, so I was in Cairns, and something just happened. I don't know why, but I was just like, I had this kind of realization that, you know, I'm in this incredible place. I've never been here. This is like a huge opportunity for me to see these places and do these incredible things. And I was like, you know, you've just got to like live it, embrace it, breathe it. And that was when I just kind of accepted the fact that home was always going to be there, as a lot of people were telling me online. Which was like so nice to get advice from like my audience.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, home is always gonna be there, you know, it's family, friends, they'll be there when I come back. So I just have to be here for like a very short period in the grand scheme of things and just like enjoy it. And yeah, so that was my experience overall. But yeah, it was hard. Really hard to be homesick.
And what were your kind of ways of dealing with it? Like if you were, I don't know, out on a beach.
Yeah.
And you just felt like this wave of either anxiety or homesickness.
Yeah, so for me it was more so definitely homesickness.
Yeah.
But I did feel anxious like in new places and with new people sort of thing. But how I dealt with it, I think I just try and phone home a lot. Like I mean sometimes that's really good because they're just like one FaceTime call away.
Yeah.
And it's just like technology is incredible for us in our generation. But on the other hand, sometimes that does remind me of what I've left behind, and I'm like, oh, I wish I was there. I wish I could literally just be there actually talking to you instead of through a screen. But I do think overall it helped me to FaceTime home. And also like I try and distract myself, so whether that be to go on a run or like go out and explore a new place on my own. Like sometimes I do just like to be on my own to just reflect on things and not be with any new people. Sometimes that just, I don't know, it consumes me and I don't feel too settled. So yeah, distractions for me are a big thing. So like I just have to be doing something. I can't just be like, say, in my room on my own sort of thing, just like worrying about nothing. And to be honest with you, like there when you're solo traveling, like you just realize you have no worries, no like nothing no places to be, no like constraints or anything you have to really worry about, and you just have to like embrace that and be like, you know, this is like incredible what you're doing. So
and did that feel weird, like when I think about it, because I feel like so much of our lives, especially because it's university podcast, a lot of our audience is uni students, so we all at least have like uni, and then a lot of people working, hobbies, etc. So that stuff like ties them down to like a schedule,
deadlines,
so even if you're having fun, you're tied down to something, right? So did that, and I feel like because you were at uni for 3 years, was it? 3 years, so that's a long time. And
it's a contrast. It's a big contrast.
Was that big?
I didn't find that, but I mean I try and like pull what I've learned from university and what I did at university in my life in general and like my traveling life. So say for example, like I'd plan my days ahead, like I'd make sure I like saw what I could visit in a place, whether that be Melbourne for example, and I'd be like, okay, I'll do that in the morning, I'll do something else in the afternoon. So I do like to still plan, and for me that also helps, like have distractions, have your plan. I mean, I've learned to be more flexible in my plans, which is good. It's quite liberating actually. But yeah, it is still a contrast when you like you know you have deadlines. If you don't hand that essay in, for example, at university, like you might get a punishment or whatever comes with that. But yeah, I mean it's a big change, but I do still implement a lot of what I did as a student.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah. I think that's just something I'll live with my whole life, just the way I am personally. But it does help me, I think, when I have complete like freedom and no plans. I think that is overwhelming in itself, especially in like new places, like say Sydney for example. Like there is so much to do, and like if I did not have a plan, I'd just probably end up just sitting in my hostel room being like, well, what do I do?
Yeah. There's always so much you don't know what to do. You don't just sit in one spot. I don't want to.
It's just taking the small baby steps.
That's really interesting. Like this is a segue, but I felt like Sydney has nothing to do just because I've been here for so long.
I mean,
But
yeah,
when I visited London, I felt like there was, oh my gosh, I feel like it's been
actually, I feel the same. I do
so
relate to
long
that.
there. I could just spend weeks and weeks and weeks, and I still haven't seen things.
Exactly.
Maybe
when I'm
London's
at
boring
home,
to you.
I'm like, what is there to do in the UK?
Exactly. And when because my university is near like the city area.
Yeah.
So when I see those like big bus,
The tour bus.
I'm like, the tour buses, the big bus, like hop on, hop off buses.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what are people doing here? There's nothing to see.
There is so much to see.
But you probably feel the same way about.
Yeah, no, I do.
London,
I
right?
actually.
Yeah. Whereas I'm like out the window, like videotaping just like every building.
Yeah, that is literally me on like I was on
Yeah.
the bus on the way here, like because I saw like this really cool view and I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And everyone on the bus was looking at me like, wow, this girl is such a tourist. But you have to embrace it.
Yeah, so true. The other thing I want to talk about
Yeah.
is just overall planning.
Okay.
And again, we'll start broad and zoning.
Yeah.
So, firstly, what inspired you, motivated you to come out here and to come out here solo?
What inspired me to come to Australia? I have been asked this question and I don't know the answer. I really don't. I don't know why. It's always, my sister and I have always talked about travelling together, but for reasons like she's found a job that she really enjoys, I've gone solo. But we always talk about Australia as this place that we'd always want to visit together. It was like a top travel destination and we'd always be like, oh, maybe one day we'd live there, sort of thing. So we've always talked about it, seen pictures of it, heard about it, seen videos about it, and it's always just looked really cool, like the beaches, the hot weather. It's always just been really appealing. And when I kind of realised that I was not going to be able to travel with my sister, that was when I kind of just was like, okay, well, I'll have to do it on my own. So that was when I kind of made that choice. And then because we'd always talked about Australia, I was like, you know what, let's just go to the furthest place I can possibly get myself from the UK and just like try it and see how it goes. I did have people tell me that was like too far to go on my own solo. Like, why did you pick somewhere so far away from home? But I think, and they were saying that in particular because I was so homesick. But it was like, regardless of where I am in the world, I'm still away from home. So I would have still had the same feelings. So to me, I was like, the distance at this point doesn't matter. But I don't know why I chose Australia, really, to be honest with you, but it's a cool place. It seemed cool, and it is cool.
And the solo, deciding to go solo was just like on a whim?
It was just because I was like, when I realised my sister wasn't going to be able to travel with me, and I was just like, I mean, I did come out of university and I applied for jobs and I got a job, and I talked to a lot of people about that and whether I wanted to tie myself down straight away. And I actually turned down that job and was like, you know what, Holly, I don't think there's any rush. Like, we're still young, like, we have so many years ahead of us. Like, why throw myself into the world of work straight away when, like, I'm so fortunate enough to have the time to explore and, like, go travelling. Like, I am really grateful that I've had this opportunity. I mean, it's not open to everyone. So, I was just like, I may as well make the most of it, and I think it will like help me grow as a person, and it has done, as we talked about.
I think it's so awesome that you like, I know so many people and I've heard so many stories where people want to travel with their friends and stuff, you know, while we're young, and then for some reason it doesn't work out, and then the whole trip just doesn't happen.
It just
fizzles out.
And that
because
is really sad.
So many people like are so scared. I would probably be too, so scared to just go by themselves. Like that, I don't know, like I know for a lot of people would just be like unheard of. Like, it wouldn't even happen. Like, if my friends can't go, then I'm not going. Or my family can't go, or whatever. So that's really, really cool.
I mean, it does take a lot of guts. It really does. Like, even just like navigating airports on my own, or like being left in the airport on my own when I go through security and my parents left. That moment, like, is literally, I relive that in my head sometimes. I'm like, wow, that was just a crazy moment. That, like, bye, mum and dad, like, I'll see you soon. It was just like, it was scary, like, so scary, but it's so worth it. So
That's really cool. And you're going so far away as well.
Yeah, as well.
So it's not just like you drive down and come and see you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and the other thing is planning.
Yeah.
So I was talking to you about this before, that I've been on trips before that we didn't really plan.
Yeah.
And we kind of realised there's lots of stuff we wanted to do, but we probably should have looked at that beforehand and then gone. And I feel like a lot of uni students, if you're travelling with our busy schedules, they go to places and then they come back and you go, oh, I wish I had time, or I wish I just planned that to see whatever. So realistically, for this length of your trip, which is 3 months, how much planning went into it?
It was, I went to Australia in mid-November. I first started like talking about Australia and planning it probably in like July. And I mean, it wasn't like consistent planning every day or whatever, but I started having phone calls with the person that was going to help me. And I mean, I again was really lucky to have someone that helped me block out what I was going to do and like recommend the best places to see and stay. But yeah, a lot of planning. Like even though they like built my overall itinerary, I did like so much research on top of that, like looking into every destination, every like flight, every transfer bus I was gonna get, making sure that all the tiny details were filled in. Like that's where my kind of like uni mindset came in. So I was like, I need to have a timetable that tells me everything I'm gonna be doing. So I made my own calendar, color coded it.
And if you watch Holly's vlog, she was the queen when she was back at uni of like scheduling time scheduling. So check this out if you have it.
I just had to break cause I mean that's what I'm good at. I like to say I'm good at planning things. So yeah, I had to have a plan. I had to know like every time I go to a new place, I need to know what are the best things to do as a tourist. Like I want to see those and I want to maximize my time there. Just because. Like for example in Sydney I've had like 5 full days here and I literally sat down, it was like 2 days ago when I arrived, and I literally blocked out what I was going to do on each day, and it just helps me so much because I just need to know like what I want to see, what I'm going to fit in, and when you have that plan, I mean even if you don't see it all, you don't feel as bad because you consciously made that decision to not see that place because you didn't have time. When you miss out on it because you will say, I don't know, you didn't get out one day because you were like just lazing in your room in your bed, you feel bad, and that's when you might have regrets, even though you shouldn't live with regrets. I feel like that's a better way to do it. Like consciously make the decision to go to X instead of Z sort of thing. Yeah. And then you're like, okay, I made that choice. But yeah, it all comes down to planning and just putting a lot of time into it, but it's so worthwhile. Yeah. So yeah.
I think some people they like doing stuff on the fly.
Oh yeah, some people
just show up and kind of which I mean, I'm not like that.
If that's you, like 100% just be that spontaneous person that I wish I could sometimes be. Yeah. But I'm not. Yeah. I have to be the person that plans. But yeah, I mean everyone's different.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say I feel like maybe that not everyone's going to be at that level of every single time, but I think it's important, some research and some looking into stuff is important, especially when you're going to a new country.
Yeah, especially just know I just look small things you need to know, in Sydney, public transport, how do I get around here, and it's about just talking to people, find out if they've been, and you have solo traveling, you have a lot of time, whether you're on coaches or flights. And I mean, instead of for 5 minutes scrolling on social media as we all get consumed in, just take a few moments to just Google search what are the best places to see, TripAdvisor reviews, I don't know, just put some time into it and it will just make your stay a lot more worthwhile. Yeah. Yeah. And do you feel like you've gotten, because I was watching this vlog of yours, I don't remember where you were, but it was this vlog where I think it was somewhere a little bit more remote, and you were saying how the IGAs are super expensive. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't remember where you were. You were somewhere that was it was Rainbow Beach.
Rainbow Beach.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and you were the IGAs are so expensive.
Yeah, but apparently they are.
They are.
Always expensive.
So they are because they're I think they're probably owned. I don't really know. So it's not like a big supermarket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But little things like that.
Yeah, that you don't know.
Did you find that you made a lot of when I say mistakes, I don't.
Yeah, I don't. It's not a mistake, but I know what you mean. Yeah. yeah, there are small things that you just have to learn by doing it and being like, okay, maybe next time I'll bring some food with me, or like I'll go to a different place to shop. But I mean, yeah, there are some times when you just have to make the most of what you have. Like in that situation, there was no other, well, I don't really know any other grocery stores nearby, so I just had to go there. But yeah, sometimes you do have to just learn and like do something and learn instead of planning ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna happen and you're gonna make mistakes, shall we say.
Yeah.
But that's fine. That's all about like
the experience,
being independent, learning to travel and navigate new places. And I mean, it makes you feel like proud of yourself when you can navigate and you're like, I got here on my own.
Yeah. She got here on her own.
I
which I was like, that's awesome. I was I was like, are you gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Then she told me, what bus you were catching? I'm like, oh my gosh, that's
I'm
right.
on the right bus.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's very interesting. And you've also talked about safety.
Yes.
On your vlogs.
Oh yeah.
A couple of times, and I wanted to talk about that because. Like, no matter what your situation, new country, I've been in places before where, like, I'm carrying a camera and people are, like, eyeing me and, like, okay, is this a good area? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And I know nothing about where I'm staying, or anything like that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I feel like I asked a lot of people.
Yeah.
I wasn't by myself, but we asked a lot of people, like, is this a good area? But how did you manage safety overall? And were there any instances where you wish you did something different or could have done something better?
Yeah. Overall, I think I just. Oh, it's so hard. This is such a huge topic.
Yeah.
But I think like general things, and these are things that I learned through myself watching like YouTube videos on safety. It's like YouTube is so useful.
I know.
But yeah, like I try and be confident in a new place. I mean, I don't really know how that comes across. I think I do look confused a lot of the time. But I do try and look as if, you know, I know where I'm going sort of thing. And that is often useful just because you don't want to look like that lost tourist, even though I probably do. But you just got to have your wits about you and just know where you are, know where you want to be and try and get there. And then, like, it's just, a lot of it is common sense. But I mean, I have a list of literally every single thing I bring with me. I know where things are packed in my bag. Keep things that are expensive, valuable, locked away. So many things I do, and it's not really, it's just a lot of general common sense things, but yeah, the main thing is to have your wits about you and just don't rush things. Like, try not to rush. I feel like if you're rushing or always in a hurry, like you're likely to miss something or like lose something, you know. But yeah, just be aware and be like mindful. And I suppose, as I said, when I was homesick, like I had my guard up. I think to a degree you have to have your guard up a lot of the time. Just like don't trust anyone really. Like literally don't. Like even if they come across as the friendliest person, just make sure you get to know them. Like don't immediately think they're your best friend sort of thing. But yeah, just being sensible, having your wits about you, trying to look confident. They're just general things you should do, and then there are just lots of other things. Smaller things you talk about, like lockers and all this stuff, but it all comes into safety.
And any situation where you felt
that question. Any situation where I
felt like unsafe, but you felt you could have done something differently, but maybe that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I've been quite lucky. I don't think nothing very serious has happened. Yeah. And in all the cases, like there have been probably like three times when I felt a bit uncomfortable from what like the comments that I've sort of had. I don't think I could have done anything differently.
Yeah.
Like to avoid it, I would have not been there, but like I was. So I think in all those cases, though, the thing I did right was be in a place with other people and where I could get help if I needed it, sort of thing. And yeah, I couldn't have avoided those situations. Like some of them I was in a hostel and like something happened and I was just like I could not have not been there.
Yeah.
Another one I was on a tour, so like I was with a tour guide, was not on my own at all, but still like I didn't feel comfortable at one point. So I literally couldn't have changed it, but the way I reacted to them was the right thing to do, I think.
So I think also, because that stuff does happen.
Yeah, it does happen.
And it happens like...
It happens anywhere. It can happen where you live. That's the thing that I think as soon as you step out the front door in your home, you feel like safe, but you've just got to remember that you can feel unsafe and things can happen anywhere, and that's not to scare everyone and make you like live your life in your house for the rest of your life. But you can be unsafe anywhere.
Yeah, but that's the reality of it. Like, I've been walking down to the gym before, like my local gym, and I've been uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just something that is just like an everyday, like,
it's an everyday
what you do.
Yeah.
So, I totally understand that. And I also feel like because UK and Australia, they have like similar culture.
Yeah,
like,
I would say that. I mean, the biggest differences for me are like the weather and the kind of like sun, beach lifestyle. But in terms of, they're both very similar.
Like, they're English-speaking countries, firstly. Like, if you're going to a non-English-speaking country, that's, I feel like,
and I think, like, if we were having this conversation and I'd say visited somewhere that was, like, quite a bit different to the UK in terms of its culture, then I think this conversation would probably be a bit different. But I think that's another reason why I chose Australia, going back to what we were talking about before, is because it's quite similar to the UK. And like first time solo traveling, I didn't want to go somewhere that was too like dissimilar to what I'm used to. So it just kind of like has eased me in. And now I'm up for a challenge sort of now. Like I would love to go to a place that maybe doesn't even speak English. I mean, I have so much respect for people that come to a different place and they don't speak that language and they manage to navigate the city and see places. I just honestly think that's so inspiring.
That is, because you can't even like read the signs.
Exactly, I think the people that I have so much respect for them, and to think that I feel lost in this place sometimes, and I can full on like read everything and hear people and talk to people, and I'm just it's inspiring.
That's actually so true. I never thought about like, because I know people that wouldn't go to South America. And like, that's some of those countries they don't speak English.
Exactly.
So. And backpacking there as well.
Yeah.
Uni students backpacking there. That's wow.
It is
really scary. Yeah.
That is like so scary, but I think but like work your way up to that maybe. It's a sensible
That's another
option.
good tip. And talking about tips, I was gonna ask you your top 3 tips.
Okay.
For any uni student, no matter the length, just looking at traveling solo, whether that be for a week or a month or
3 tips. This is so hard. Related to anything?
Related to anything solo traveling. Just.
Oh my gosh, this is hard. So hard.
Like if I was a student and I was like, I want to solo travel, but I'm not sure. Just the concept of it, regardless.
The concept of it.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say. I think one of the things, like a lot of these are like mental things you have to kind of process. One of them is like, if you're worried about doing it, I think for me, I've realised that home and what you've left behind will always be there. Like I said it before, but I really do think that once you literally think about that and be like, oh yeah, like they're going to be there when I come home, it makes you feel a lot better, because it's just like, then if it's like a week trip or a 3-month trip, regardless of the duration, you're always going to like come back to what you left behind. So just realising that. I would say for me, like, is have a good balance between having time to yourself and talking to others. Like, I'm someone who like loves being by myself, but I've also realised being out here that talking to people, meeting new people, learning about where they've come from, listening to their like stories and experiences is like so again inspiring, and I've learned a lot from that. And it sounds, I don't know, like I've realised as someone who has spent a lot of time by myself and like being very introverted, I've realised that like humans and people, we're not as bad as I thought we were. Like we're actually great, and I've made so many new friends and just met so many different people, and it's just like just be bold and meet new people, but also have a good balance with time to yourself. For me, I've loved having time to myself and time with people, and I think if you strike a good balance based on your personality type, it will make your whole trip so much more enjoyable. And then 3, so hard. I would say probably like, and this is something I've learned very late on, it's just, it's about like, I've learned to like invest my money in experiences. Like I've really learned this, especially in my last like month or so. like, yeah, I think I'm someone who has quite a lot of anxiety surrounding like money and finances. It's a very personal thing, but I've learned now that if I want to like go to say a vegan restaurant, I want to try like go there because I'm not gonna like be here for the rest of my life sort of thing. I've really learned to like put money into experiences instead of just like tangible physical things, and I would definitely say that.
That's
Do work on a budget, like 100% work on a budget, because like money doesn't grow on trees. But if you really want to do something and you think it's going to be an amazing experience for you, like 100% just do it, like try and make it work. And it's just fun that way. Otherwise you're just constantly like worrying about money and stuff and
the guilt.
Yeah, and the guilt and everything. But I mean, like when you go back home, like you can save money when you're back at home and use that money on the experiences when you travel. And it's really helped me with that. I'm still working on this a lot. I definitely wouldn't say I'm like very good at it, like spending money. It's a hard one for me, but I've just learned now, like I've been in Sydney and there are so many cool places I want to try to eat, and it's just like, you know what, 100% YOLO it, just do it. Like you really only do live once.
Yeah, and you're leaving in like
I'm leaving
2 days,
and I'm just like, I've got to make the most of this.
Try everything.
If I want to go and try this place, I'm gonna try that place because I'm not gonna be here forever,
Yeah,
so
that's a really good one, and I know it can be really hard because a lot of uni students in Australia, I was telling you, they work, and but obviously like they can't work full time or anything, but they're doing like part time or casual work and balancing uni, and so that is hard earned money. It's really hard, and
it is.
I think what to spend it on,
and
when to spend it, and whether I'm, I face the same, like whether I'm spending it on the right places, or should I be saving this for later? No one tells you what to do.
Exactly.
With it, right?
And I mean, it's your money to spend at the end of the day, but you just have to think about what you spend at home, like on mundane things every day, like routinely. Like, do you go out and get a coffee every day? Like, I don't know, do you spend too much on alcohol and nights out? Like, maybe spend that money on a night out in a place that you've never been before, like, in a cool new pub or bar if that's your thing, or like a cool new restaurant that you want to try. Like, don't spend your money on the ones that you always go back to at home. Do something completely different. That's 100% why
that's a really
I'm trying to learn.
That's an awesome tip.
I mean, that does come, as I said, with the making sure you do have a budget though.
But always
budget, but
it's always good because I know the guilt thing is a big thing for a lot of people. It's not just you. Thank you for that.
Good. It's nice to know that I'm not on my own.
No, definitely not.
You're never on your own though.
No,
that's the thing.
Not.
Also, I found that with traveling, like you can always find people that have the same thoughts as you or feel the same way, and that's so reassuring. Like you're like, oh wow, like I'm not alone, and like you are never gonna be alone. You're never gonna be the only person in the world that has that problem or that fear or that anxiety. Like you're always gonna find someone with.
And that was my reason for starting this podcast, really. Like to be like uni, like in uni, or college, or whatever you call it in the world.
Or school.
Or whatever. Or like I have some school students who are transitioning into uni, and like uni students who face other issues, and I felt like I was alone when I started university. And so this is why I thought, why not share
there's hundreds of freshers and whatever that come in, you're all in the same boat.
So all the new, and also people in uni, some people are like in 4th year and haven't found any friends, so I hope that the podcast helps.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does.
Okay, to finish up, we always play a game, keep it light and fun. So for you, I have a bit of a rapid fire round with like some questions about your trip.
What?
About your trip.
Okay, I was like, what? About my trip.
About your trip.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so the first one is one thing better in Australia than the UK.
The weather.
The weather. Okay. On Sunday though, I feel like that was.
On Sunday. Apparently arrived in Sydney on the day that they experienced the worst weather ever, and I was like
20 years.
That's great. But
I
see the worst of it.
Yeah.
So, and I still love it.
This is the UK every day, probably.
Actually, like the rain here, I've learned when it rains here, it will rain. In the UK, like you'll get a light trickle and like no here, if a storm is coming, you see that storm and it downpours. Yeah, that.
But in the UK, it's cold.
Yeah,
it's like
cold.
it hits your face. It's a different type of cold in the UK.
The weather is
to
100%
here.
great. Yeah, like the sun, when you do get the sun, like, which is a lot of the time. Yeah, the sun and the beaches, like the warm water.
Is
so
it warm for you?
Good. It's warm. Yeah, I went in today. It was actually like, it was cold in Bondi, but I still went in. Like, it's bearable once you get in. I've realised this.
Yeah, you gotta get your shoulders under.
You've got literally,
once you
like,
get your
if
shoulders
you're here,
under, that's the rule.
you're
Yeah,
cold.
yeah.
You're gonna be cold. You just gotta
Just
go
gotta
and
dive in. That's it.
I learned that here. Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
literally Australian now.
Literally, when we were like kids and we'd be in the swimming pool,
Yeah.
that's like the rule here. Like, you gotta get your shoulders under, right?
Have to.
And the rule is like we'd all race and be like, hey, 1, 2, 3, and everyone would just go.
Yeah. And like,
And then you're cold.
Yeah, you'd literally be silly if you didn't do that, even though it's so hard, like, sometimes to do
it's
that.
so scary, yeah, it's freezing.
You'd be the cold person, everyone else would be fine once you get in, you know? Yeah.
Okay, and one thing better in the UK than Australia.
Something better in the UK.
Nothing, she can't
This is so
She can't think of anything. 'Cause
No,
it's better here.
I would say... This is so bad. This is so bad.
There is
Home. My home is in the UK. My family, that's one thing better because I know. Is that an answer? That's an
I
answer.
think so.
Right? Yeah, my home is in
Yeah.
the UK, so that's 100% better. Yeah. That's the best thing about
That's
the
the best
UK.
thing about the
That's where I
UK.
was born, my home, family.
Yeah, and what you grown up with.
Yeah.
Your favourite thing so far in just your whole trip, all of Australia?
This is so hard, but I think if one has to come top, it's scuba diving. Scuba diving, 100%. Yeah.
Cool. Did you do Great Barrier Reef?
Yeah, so that's where I
really
got my
nice,
paddy,
isn't it?
and then I did the Yongala shipwreck dive, and I did Julia Rocks at Byron Bay. And for me, I think a lot of it is because I had fear of the sea before I came here, boats, and I never thought I'd enjoy it. But when I did it and I experienced that feeling of breathing underwater and seeing everything, sharks, turtles, the whole lot.
The Great Barrier Reef, by
It's
the way,
incredible.
it's awesome, right?
I know.
Cairns are like everyone, even if they live in Australia, when they go to Cairns, it's like a new experience.
Yeah,
because Cairns is just different.
It's so.
Is that what you saw the Great Barrier Reef?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can go to a couple of places, but that's a really popular one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, scuba diving for me is just the one.
The one. And your favourite city or place?
Favorite city or place? Oh, that's so hard. Because I have 3, and I don't think I can say.
Okay, what's your top 3?
So my top 3. Oh, but then big places. It can be any place.
Anywhere.
So we're gonna have to say Sydney.
Yeah.
I actually haven't been here very long, but I actually do love it. I'm gonna say Melbourne.
Yeah.
Again, that's another big place, and I have to say Cairns as well. They're 3 big cities, but
Sydney or Melbourne, because you can't have both. 'cause
Really?
we're in a feud.
I know it's friendly feud. It's friendly feud, but I can't say both.
Well,
Oh, that's so hard. If you move the Queen Victoria Market in Melbourne to Sydney,
then it's Sydney.
yeah,
See, Sydney's better. To all my friends in Melbourne, you heard it first.
I feel so bad.
Sydney's better.
No, but to be fair, like,
Melbourne food is very nice though. They
Oh,
have
yes.
really
Yeah, really good. And the
and
market,
funky
yeah.
restaurants and
yeah,
all
I
that
just
stuff.
think there's something about Sydney that it's like the best way I've described it, and I think a lot of people describe it as so iconic.
Yeah.
Literally, the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House did not fail to disappoint. Like, I was literally in awe staring at them the other day for about 3 hours. Yeah, and the fact that you've got the beach so close, and yeah, I don't know, it felt like a city, but it didn't feel as busy as I expected, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, maybe I was in the CBD and like.
Yeah, maybe you were in like off peak. Maybe because you're
I
in
don't know,
off peak, you're here
but-
in off peak time.
I don't know, I just
Sure.
really liked it.
Yeah.
I really liked it. But yeah, okay.
So Sydney, Melbourne, and Cairns, but like Sydney a little bit higher.
Yeah, I know. But there are so many places I could say.
Yeah.
Like, I've been to like Byron Bay, Noosa, that are all like even like Surfers Paradise, Gold Coast. It's all been so good. Like,
Yeah.
the best time of my life.
And one thing that surprised you
That surprised you.
in
Oh, okay.
Australia.
Some of the food prices.
Yeah, so you talked about
I've talked about this, but
yeah.
it genuinely did surprise me, and I was shook sometimes staring at this price. Like in the UK, things like cucumbers, celery, broccoli. I think there are the 3 main things I noticed are so cheap, and I came out here and the prices seemed so expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a celery is like a thing of celery
Yeah.
right here is like $4 something.
Yeah.
Which is like just over £2, and I was like, wow.
Wow.
I just
really
think that's expensive for celery.
Yeah, it does fluctuate a lot here, but
Is it because they're imported, right?
yes,
Yeah.
they're imported, so like things around the world, things that happen around the world. So not a long time ago, a few years ago, there was a flood in Queensland, and a lot of banana plants got like ruined, and all the farms of bananas. So the price of bananas.
Yeah, I feel like the bananas are also quite expensive.
Oh my gosh, now that's cheap.
Oh, really? Oh,
$2.98 a kilo.
Okay, no, actually that's fair. Yeah.
But they used to be like $8 a kilo or $9. Yeah, because it was the supply was just so tiny. So it's a lot of the importation, but the cost of living in Sydney and Melbourne especially is really high.
I would say it's comparable to London, to be honest with you. So, and I mean, like, I don't live fully in London, but I experience a lot of London, so I do know prices. So, I mean, I kind of expected that. But on the topic of food, like, even though some things were a bit, like, I was like, wow, that's expensive. The food, like some of the fruit here has been the best fruit I've ever tasted, and I am a fruit addict. So,
she is.
You know,
I like it. And
I've been in heaven.
If you need fruit inspiration, this is the way to go.
Mangoes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because they're in season now as well.
Oh yeah,
so
everywhere I go, they're at the front of the store on a special or the markets, and I'm literally like loving life. Genuinely.
It is comparable to London though, I found that as well.
Yeah, and I think
London's also very expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive and it's similar here. And I mean, like London, like the living wage isn't as high, so like you've probably got a better deal in Australia. So
food for thought. Yeah. Thank you so much.
No worries, this has been so fun.
This has been really fun, and I'm really excited to have you on. And it's been so fun watching your travels.
I honestly had like the best time.
Start to finish.
I don't know, like being able to document it. Not like I can look back on it, and I think like these like I literally watched back some of these videos. Like I've watched back some of them. Like the other day, I watched my first video when I left the UK. I was so emotional watching it. I don't normally watch my videos. Like I'm not that strange, but I was just going back to see how much I've grown. Like I could genuinely see it, and that's the first time I've ever been able to see me change as a person, and I feel like in a good way. And I was just like, wow. So yeah, this series it's been like so much fun.
And that's another thing I want to ask you. How are you doing that with keeping up with your videos and posting them and vlogging and all of that, and also like seeing all the places you're in?
I think a lot of it comes down to like planning, and I mean, yes, I would say I've been on overnight coach journeys sometimes, and working, I say like editing strange hours. Yeah, like sometimes it's just been like often I just do it because I love it. Like I'll find myself up really late because I'm just so like absorbed by like editing, and I love it so much, and I always said to myself I wanted to vlog as I was going along. Like I genuinely wanted to do that, and I don't know, I just somehow, but I think that's a lot. I like to do that. I like to find time to do things, maximize my time, and that's what I've tried to do.
That's been amazing that you've shown the light, and I know that a lot of people got a lot of inspiration from that.
Yeah, I mean, for me as well, it's been like crazy when people have come up to me and said hello, and I mean like that blows my mind because I genuinely just want to be, I am a normal person just like everyone else, and for people to be like, I've seen your vlogs, I was wondering if I would cross paths with you, and to have seen them, like for me it makes my day genuinely more than theirs, because I'm like, thank you for coming to say hi and speak to me. It's so, I don't know. It's hard to process that as well, because I'm like, often you read comments online and you know people watch them, but when someone comes up to you, like that's when it hits that people watch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
That's so true. When I was looking up the podcast locations, China came up, and I was like, people are listening to my voice.
It's so cool.
That's really weird to me.
It is cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, but that really must hit home when someone comes up to you and like, this is a live person.
I know.
Yeah.
This is a live person.
This is like, because you see them on a screen or as a number or a subscriber or whatever, but like when they're actually there.
Yeah, yeah, it genuinely like makes my day, and it,
Yeah.
like it makes every minute that I spend editing and doing all of my jam so worthwhile. I mean, it's worthwhile regardless, but when they actually say like, I loved your videos, I'm just like thank you, like
Yeah.
thank you so much. Like it just means a lot to me, so much.
Cool. Thank you so much again.
No
for being
worries.
there.
No,
Thanks
thank you for
everyone.
letting me come. Like I feel
of
so
course.
like it's so cool to be able to
Yes, and this episode is why you might be watching on YouTube. This episode is also available on Spotify, iTunes, and everywhere else the podcasts are available. Thank you so much for watching or listening, and we'll catch you soon. Bye.
Bye.